And I heard a lot of people say, Buddha didn't even exist. He was created. Everybody's pointing out to these things that they tell you wasn't even existed. You know, the Kundalini energy is not the damn pole with the wings on it. Why would you tell me that's the Kundalini? That's a sigil signal. That's the symbol that signifies Kundalini. The name Kundalini. Kundalini. What would you call a long time ago, a while back, 2 weeks ago? Kundalini. And you're going to gravitate to this word. Alright? In a matter. Take your first eye. As I said, your first eye already flipped that shit. Flip mode. Already flip that shit. As soon as you see it, flip, get that shit to the way I can really check it. You know? Spin that shit. Look, I'm gonna have to get these videos intact, and I'm gonna try to do that immediately. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you know, got still stuck on human issues and human endeavors. You understand? See, the reality, I'm you. I'm you. Dude, I'm you. Alright? Period. I'm your subconscious connecting and talking and have a conversation with the conscious that you have, because we are all conscious, not in conscious communities. Really. We are all connected. How about that? We are all connected. Wi-Fi connected. Cannot be turned off. Even if Obama does have to switch. Alright? Listen. I'm gonna put these together, but what I'm addressing is this. So many of us still want to talk in realms that exist not. And talking about sharing light. How you sharing light? How? You still, either you know or you don't know. And if you know, you have chosen to handle your intelligent wisdom and pass it on to others and still in parables and stories. What we do with the parables and stories, lift the veil up, comes full center with your truth. Your truth is your truth, which is our truth. And we can discern what is truth or not. See, we know this, if that hologram, if that is this, if that is that, you can't teach from those principles and paradigms. You can't teach. All teach have to begin with self, like Bobby Hemmett said. All the knowledge that you come in contact with, if it does not have anything to do with the connection of your body and its functions, its organs, its systems of travels, its systems of distribution, its systems of this, its systems of that, its transformation of light into chemical substance that breaks down and all this type of stuff. The mermaids that's in the blood, the black dots, that's the melanin that's in the blood. See, you trying to continue to keep it outside of us. The mermaids and the unicorn. The unicorn is no more than what? What? Those who have the ability to have an operating active pineal gland. Or just the pineal gland, period. That is the horn. They used to call it the horn. Look at the etymology. The horn. In one book it said, I think it's the Bible says, in Revelation says, the horn of Israel. No, it says something about the scepter of Israel shall smash the forehead of something or something like that. Alright? Now they're talking about the pineal gland. When the light comes out, it'll crack the forehead, but that's all in physical type of or human type of parables. See, that's what.
Alright, what they do out there, you already know. I am you. Yes sir. I am because what? We are. You heard? I'm just having some look, I done made several like videos, right, come forward with y'all about some issues that we normally continue, you, me, continue to get slightly off balance in what we're saying. And we got to recognize when we off balance, and even when it's brought to our attention. I take full responsibility for correcting myself. You heard? I take full responsibility for correcting myself. So you may see a slight advancement in certain videos, but not in a realm that you say whether he's venturing off. Because if I ever do that, which I will not, I may say something that I have agreed with as I elevate my frequency, and I get past that. That's all it is, and that's all it will be for you. Nevertheless, we must go through everything. We get to nothing. See, we do not attempt to try to get to anything, because then you have reached your goal. You have arrived. No, we are arriving. We are coming forth by day. You understand? And that's only in that mundane sense of time. Alright? Dimensions. Let me just point out a few things, because it is once again a very, very heavy amount of things I would like to bring forth to you. And let me just say this again. God bodies, God minds, God visions. Everyone out there that have to stop listening to the TV, stop the radio, stop the ignorance, you know what I mean? Listen to these ones who's trying to talk to you. You may not accept everything, but you need to just listen. Okay. Now, let's take a look real quick at two directions. One direction is human, one direction is God. Now, even if you don't think you are God, or let's just say we're talking to a Christian, and we'll say the human thought, and then we'll compare it with God thought. Now, the human thought will make a plan, would have to plan certain things, The human thought, even in the Bible it states, in the Proverbs it states, it takes a plan to make things appear that everything will be alright. You hear that? It takes a plan to even make things appear that they will be okay. You agree with that, right? Yeah, I did. But that's a human thought. You know why it's human? Because God don't need to plan. God does not need to plan. What does he need to plan for? A lot of times we even say to ourselves, don't say what you're going to do tomorrow, because it's best that you don't say what you're going to do tomorrow. It was this I think King Henry, some shit like that, the 16th, 14th, I wouldn't give. Okay, King Henry, every time that he would ask his advisor something, they would come and give them advice. The king would never agree or disagree. He would say, we shall see. He would always say, we shall see. Now see, don't lock up on Henry, whatever tenth he was. You lock up on the wisdom and the frequency of that wisdom. A lot of people say, like when a person come talking, real like, we say uppity and shit, using big words. You say, hey, look, who you supposed to be using all these big words? Well, see, first of all, that frequency is higher than your little low ass, you heard? And second of all, that's why it irritates you. Okay? But they may be in a preppy type of mode to bring it, and that will irritate you even more. But nevertheless, it states a high frequency that responded and disrupted your weak ass radio station broadcasting dumb, low, stupid, retarded, insufficient, ignorant motherfucking shit. And that's the reason why it affected your low broadcasting system ass. Nevertheless, you have no power until you claim all power. You have no power until you claim all power. You understand? The circle cannot deny anything. The circle cannot admit to anything. The circle cannot tell you that it has a mother and a father. Melchizedek, melanin, altars, transform, coming forth day by day, transmit light through all spectrums. The circle cannot tell you that it is a beginning and an ending. The circle cannot tell you that you need to stop somewhere. The circle can tell you that you need to keep it moving. Circulate the energy in your body. Just as your blood circulates, you must circulate your energy. You must stop. Be still and know that you are God. And rotate your own damn electrons around your own damn atoms. Rotate your electrons around your own damn motherfucking protons and neutrons that's in the nucleus of the atom. You've been told you can't do such a thing, but you've only listened. You've only listened. It is a part of us, we, you, that has entitled to be called master of earth. This one energy signature, which is a part of us, which is a part of you, me, yeah, we, he has titled himself master of earth. And if you haven't heard of the man, the brother, the energy signature, the God, the wisdom, the high frequency, you need to take a look at it. He speaks a lot about things that, and he brings it in a format that you could tell he's in his laboratory. He's in his laboratory with his study and with his findings. And I think you really need to adhere. That's where we are in our laboratory, studying self. Studying self. God body. When things are created, they do not look similar to nothing that has been. When ones know that the circle has no beginning nor ending, then there is always something new under not the sun, but under your command. There is always something new under your command. Let's take a look at this outside hologram. As they ventured outside the spectrum of the Earth atmosphere, they said it was nothing out there. When you see pictures of the Earth, it's always black in the background, dark. You don't see no other stars. You don't see nothing but Earth. These are the pictures you've seen. These are the perceptions that they have given us, right? When you see the moon, you don't see nothing back there. In the Quran, in the book, it states, who has hung the earth in such a manner? Who has hung the earth like that? Right? It states, didn't say nothing about stars, didn't say nothing about the moon, didn't say nothing about none of that. And to say who has hung the earth like that is to not pay attention to every other orb that's supposed to be hanging out there with it. So nevertheless, listen, in that magnitude, in that wisdom, in that frequency, okay, that should now disrupt your low-ass frequency. All right? That frequency allows you to understand that it is a hologram. And in the darkness, the vastness of space, where scientists already have proven that where there appears that there is nothing but space, they used to think it was empty. But now they know it is full of all possibilities. So if this be the case, which it is, because guess what? If your body is 95% water or 85% water or even 70% water, water is what? All life comes from water. So in the metaphysical format, all darkness is water, which holds life, which holds all possibilities. Now, examine what you have just understood and understood and overstood, and let's look down at all four sides of the pyramid. That would instantly allow you to quickly understand a few things. This matrix is only in this orb because everybody agrees to what's going on in this world. This world. Haven't projected anything outside because they do not believe in anything that's outside that they can have control over. The balance needs to become unbalanced. We have just enough. Listen, look, let me go here. Okay? Let me spark some minds real quick. Because when we study self, you know, I'm going to say Minister Inky, the energy signature out there entitled and has addressed himself as Minister Inky, that's all he do is study self. From the perspective of the doctor, you heard, and with the medical terminology that frequency that you can agree to and accept. All right, check this out. That is nothing but self, studying the body, and not on the level which they normally would receive, that will transmit to us, because they have utilized and made themselves to be the standard. Their standard is not your standard. It must be said. Now, but understand, all is all. You heard? You know, you got a top and a bottom, correct? Don't even worry about it. Nevertheless, so these ones, Minister Inky said himself, all right? Now I'm going to take his study and I'm going to go with our energy that's in us that went and researched this. It is a part of you. Minister Inky is once again a part of you that popped up in this hologram that is telling you, about us, about we. I am because we are. Minister Inky was stating that a group of people, which is a group of, I don't know, we could say viruses, I don't know. Nevertheless, it is a part of us. All right? Nevertheless, yes. A part, hold on. All right. Minister Inky said that it is a part. It is a part. Damn, I'm almost slipping. Hold on now. Studying self. Minister Inky was explaining that when it is a group of people that had removed selenia, I might be stating that word in an incorrect manner, but selenia, something like that, removed it from the soil. All right. Now, when they removed it from the soil, who is it going to hurt? It wasn't going to hurt them, meaning the blood type of the people who removed it, which was the ones that's in power and had the power to remove it. All right. Nevertheless, remember, it's the outside projection, but understand the projection. This the only reason I'm using this. All right. Now, you have to utilize the totality of it. You got to understand both sides. You are God. You are unbound. You are unbiased when you hear stuff. See, this is why you should not be a Moor, because when you hear information, you're going to always tilt it and slide it to the fucking way you want to hear it. If you're a Muslim, a Sunni, you're going to tilt it and slide it. If you are a Nation of Islam, you're going to tilt it and slide it. If you are Anunnaki, if you are a Naga, if you are a Hebrew Israelite, you're going to tilt it and slide it. If you are a Christian, you're going to tilt it and slide it. True knowledge only comes to the eyes which are unbiased. He who have an ear, a true ear, let him hear. Not the one who's a Christian. Not the one who's a damn Anunnaki. Not the one who's a damn... No. The one who knows he's all and every damn thing. And he's unbiased. In order to get past and to the furthest motherfucking parts of any goddamn dimension. With ascension. Without question, without hesitation, without any goddamn consideration. You heard? Without no fear, without no resentment, without no shame, without no guilt. What the fuck is that? Nevertheless, these ones had removed selenium from the soil. Okay? The technology of self states that one group of people is equipped with a ammonia transport system base in their DNA. One group of people has an ammonia transport system in their DNA. They can make, I might say this wrong, it might be nitrogen. Yeah, I think it's nitrogen. Their body can utilize nitrogen like a cell nutrient. It can process nitrogen as if it was a cell nutrient. Now this is the ones who are equipped with a ammonia transport system, ammonia transport DNA system. But the heavy or the melanated skinned people are not equipped with an ammonia DNA transport system. We don't have that type. Now, for the lack of the correct words, I'm not going to address the exact words, but look up Minister Inky, he'll explain it. Now, and this is self, but understand the whole self, the whole picture. We're not zooming in on shit. We're not looking at this like the Nation of Islam. We're not going to look at this shit like the Moors. We're not going to look at this shit like RBGs. We're not going to look at this shit like that. We're not going to look at this shit like nothing but what the fuck it needs to be looked at. Okay? because it is all the total. Look at the whole picture, correct? Yes. Now, understand, overstand. All right? We don't have an ammonia DNA transport system. All right? So when they took the selenium out the soil, it only going to affect the heavy melanated or melanated people. Okay? It was only going to affect them. But understand this: if they took it out, if it was in there and it was giving us good shit, then it being in there was giving them bad shit. See, they took it out because it was fucking them up. They found out it was fucking them up. But by them taking it out, it was fucking us. Now it's fucking us up. See, you look at the whole goddamn picture. You can miss me with that bullshit. And it's not really bullshit. But it had to come out in order for ones like me around the globe that understands that, yeah, okay, we can see this. Let's balance this shit. Okay, now how do we work with this? You know what I'm saying? It's not really one fighting for power over the other if you can see the whole picture. Those who think they're fighting for power over each other is just this illusion as your ass. Okay? Because it's not really a fight. God damn it. It's the manifestation of the spiritual world is trying to balance shit. Trying to get it right. See, one seeks balance, but one has to seek to off-balance shit. Now, check this out. That's how the seesaw keep going. So by that which they removed could have been harming them. Now, I know you say bullshit, fuck that shit. But see, that's hate. It's only your heart, which is 100 times more powerful than your brain waves. Your heart is what can stop this. Look, listen. You know, people say take the water and we go over the top and we speak. Well, you know, speaking, you control the speed of your power when you speak. So you have just lowered your speed to get to this by saying any damn thing over it. Because that's 186,000 miles per second. But thought travels how fast? It's something like 1 billion fucking times. Alright? Why would you say some shit over it when you're thinking? And not only that, check this out. Whatever your thought is, your heart is 100 times more powerful than that. So don't think it. See, it's not what you know, Officer Hoyt. And guess what? It ain't even what the fuck you can prove, Officer Hoyt, with them books and them doctrines and them intellectual properties and all that shit you want to entitle and get you strolled the fuck off, thrown off from your inner self, from yourself, looking at shit outside of you. And the commandment says study self, and when you're through studying self, continue to study self, and when you think you had enough, just take a break and then come back and study your damn self. That's it. But you and us and we, you are telling everyone about shit outside of self. Oh, I kind of got a little. Nevertheless, it's not what we think. It's what we feel here. That's why a lot of our esoteric brothers say, and then when you say it and you put it up to your heart, see, you put it in front of that heart chakra, where that vortex that booms a sonic boom frequency at every nanosecond of how you're feeling. And it affects, guess what? Not only the planet, it affects the atmosphere, it affects the ethers, because everything is connected. And this is the most powerfulest weapon you have here. So it's about what you feel here. It ain't about what you say here out your mouth, that low ass speed. It ain't about even what you think here and put together and all through your technology, textbooks and shit, all your computerized numbers and shit that don't mean shit, that can't exist right here. It's how you feel. If you know that water ain't fucking, what's the name? If your mind is telling you it's fucked up, if you presenting that you believe that some water is messed up, water is highly intelligent. Water cannot get fucked up. Water raising up off the planet and coming back down to this motherfucker. You still thinking it's fucked up? It done went out the cosmos, came back, got lightning through it, got addressed by higher motherfucking orgone energies that's higher than the goddamn mountains. You understand me? Coming back down here. Stop. Look, how can you have fear, God? How is that affecting your heart when you over the water thinking you got to say something above the motherfucking water? You heard? You gotta, that's fucking with your whole goddamn mind, body, and spirit connection. Man, you pick that damn water up and you set that water back down as soon as you get through drinking it, without fear, without judging yourself, without judging your actions. This is God. Remember when Issa, Brother Justice, whom you call Jesus, in that book that stated that, in that box that stated that when he pulled that one out the boat and they walked on the water, he said when he started to go down in the water, they tried to make it to say or to have you to understand or to agree with that he took his eyes off of Jesus and he started to decline. Okay? Nevertheless, whether he took his eyes off of Jesus or not, the words that came up out of Issa, Brother Justice, whom you call Jesus' mouth, he stated, why did you doubt? Now, catch on to that. Fuck, what the dude looked or whatever, Issa said, why did you doubt? You doubted yourself. When you pick that water up, you quickly doubt your motherfucking self to suck about some shit gotta be said over some shit. Who says that? A wizard? A magic? Motherfucker, fuck that. Those are little parts inside of you too. The magic is your imagination. He's supposed to be already in his motherfucking council. Already done his motherfucking magic. It's over with. What the fuck you gotta do this daily for? Come on, man. You got to know it's already done in the high council. The high council, goddammit. The high council that they say, you know, whatever, you know, you understand. You heard me? You know? Let that be a format for you. It is a format for you. It's a projection. Take control of that shit. Take control of the high council. Shut that shit down or shut that shit or push that shit in the manner that you want to push the energy. No one pushes the energy outside of you. Those are just responses because you have not allowed nor have you took control of the motherfucking council. Take control here. That council disappears or adheres, goddammit. It adheres. We control frequency. We control motherfucking. Listen. They got you know how you do, you go do, what's those, you have, first of all, you have, acupuncture points, alright, meridians, but you got acupuncture points, right, and they all over, you know, pressure points all over, right. Well, I should bring up the chart for you, but I'm not, but you know how to chart of, acupuncture look. Just imagine it, and if you don't, take a look at one. All right, what they did was they took some acupuncturist needles, but they had syringes on them, and they went into each acupuncture point on the body and shot dye inside of them. All right, so it under a X-ray, it showed up the dye inside the body, and the guy that said that he witnessed this, he said, what instantly came into his mind, okay, was a computer board, like a motherboard, where you see all electronic shit, where the dots and lines was running to certain circuits. He said it looked like a computer circuit board. The human body would die inserted into every one of the pressure points and the not only the pressure points but the acupuncture points. Looks like a goddamn circuit board, a computer circuit board. It is funny that everyone that studies computers and everyone that studies biology states they're the fucking identical thing. So it is a projection. Whenever you are lost, just look in the direction of the technology, because the technology is explaining to you what you are capable of and how you work. They didn't need to go in your head to find out. They just mimic your eye and the optical way it works with making a camera. The camera allowed them to know that it flips because the optical way of the lens that had to be shaped in a manner that flips it itself. So this nose is an inner dynamic that works in us the same way. Alright? Even though they cut somebody's damn head completely, you know, after it was frozen straight through the middle to look at it. You know what I'm saying? But they still couldn't obtain exactly the data how it was utilized. So they just you know, replicated it technologically, and found that out. So when we need any direction, just look at that. When we see, if you're not biased, you know what I'm saying, here goes this Sony shit, you know what I'm saying, woo, woo, woo. No, look at what the fuck Sony doing. Be like, so they just telling me that I have 1 billion times more power to do that exact same thing if I only focus, meditate on acquiring that in solitude. It'll come to you. One thing you got to do is look at exactly how it's done. how it works. You just got to find out the dynamics. But nevertheless, I didn't want to go there so long, but it is very important for any truth seeker. Seek and ye shall find. Just shut everything down, and you know how the mind, it seeks wisdom. It's going to come to you. You know, it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you. You know, it's going to come to you. That's how a computer works. You are a computer. It is better to say you are a computer than to say you are human. You can get more power even thinking and moving like a computer. Because it pushes you in that fucking atmosphere. Start thinking you are a computer. It'd be better to think you are human. No, but we know we are gods. But that was just an illustration. Nevertheless, it is no reason at all to grab a hold of anything, slowing your speed down, creating a logarithm. You know, why would you create blocks to go that you can't travel? No, it's blocked. You got to come back, and so only one person, the Naga or the Christian or the Islam or whatever sections they got, the 72 different sects of Islam, and whatever, how many sects they got of Roman Catholic and all this, whatever, man. You know what I mean? And only one of y'all know the correct way through this logarithm. Only one group knows the correct way through this logarithm. Is that nature, man? Where's everything working together with that? Where's the connection with everything that got to do with some dumb shit like that? And why do you jump up and think that you know how to get through this fucking maze? This fucking Mitron nicked motherfucking rabbit hole, digging deeper holes with your own damn teeth. You know, becoming a mole. Get to the other side, come up, and the mole only comes out the ground with dirt on his head. You heard it before. Why do you think you got the right motherfucking direction through this big ass maze? Why do you even think that you need to be thinking about you are in a maze? You are a maze from the goddamn maze. To even think you can say that shit you say. You can't say that shit and trust and believe that shit. And if you trust and believe that shit, then you got your information from a fucked up source. And you don't know you working for that source. Nor do you even understand that source is not even source. You believe, or you had enough knowledge to understand and conceive that shit was right. But that's just backdoor programs, because that's the way it was created. To guide your ass, keep your ass going until you get to a fucking wall and you say, shit, I thought that shit, damn, okay, shit, and then you got to go back. That's some dumb shit, man. That's some real ignorant ass human shit. You know what I mean? A computer can't even work if the algorithm of shit was disconnected. A computer couldn't even work if the circuits wasn't connecting. If the circuits just went here and stopped. You know, that's some goofy shit. That's some real goofy shit for you to accept, God. I don't even understand what the problem is, man. The circle represents no beginning, no end, no mother, no father, no descent. Alright? Think how great that is. Melchizedek, melanin. He shape shifts, changes the molecular structure, becomes whatever it is to become forth by day. Day could be a damn second. For real. Because you know why? Answer this. They say one day with the Lord is like 1,000 years on the earth. Right? Okay. Well, where is the earth? I mean, where will we be with the Lord if you God? One day with God will be 1,000 days on earth. If you God, what the fuck we saying? And if time only exists when man is, man never was when time was not. All right. Check this out. When you go to sleep, your soul or spirit or whatever you would like to call it, leaves the vessel, in the Merkaba, right? It leaves the body. Time doesn't exist. So are we saying that when you go into the state realm, not the dream time, all right? Dream still connects you to sleep. What do you do when you sleep? You dream, so I don't use those words. I say go to the other side. I can say anything, but I'm not conceiving dream or sleep. Nevertheless, in order to perpetuate control over whatever takes place. All right. Now, if time doesn't exist there, then this is the only recollection or understanding or reflection of where it could exist. All right, in that dimension when you are out. So if such a thing is possible, look at those possibilities. Think about that, God. You know, we put these idols. Remember, Abraham's family was idol worshippers, but Abraham was a friend of God. He was the friend to God, right? In this book, right? But when he was tossed into that flame, they said God commanded the flames to be cool for Abraham. Once again, who is God at the time? Abraham. He commanded the flames to be cool for him himself. Nevertheless, he smashed all these idols. Right? He smashed the idols. Threw the idols in front of the bigger idol, and told the people when they arrived, they knew he had did it, but he told the people, why don't you ask the big idol? And they said, we make the gods. We know they can't speak, nor can they hear. And when they said that, they became shameful. They understood that they were in error for being idol worshippers. What am I saying? They made idols from wood. Abraham said, shouldn't it be against the law to burn wood if your God, whether it be Bala or Oshun or Ogun, is created out of wood? Shouldn't it be against the law to burn it? And he kept making them look silly about these gods. Well, see, imagine a God worshiping another God. That don't make sense. God. So how can you be God with Oshun statues or Ogun? Okay? And another thing, let's demystify, because we nuclear. We didn't win nuclear here. We didn't win nuclear. If you hadn't known, now you know. Alright? Check this out. How could a God before we get there, ancestral worship. Some who set up altars. We are told that we set up the altar in this manner. We place this wood statue there, pictures or whatever, these things outside of yourself. And these entities, these spirits like cookies or something. And we put cookies there. They like this. And they like all the stuff we're not supposed to eat, they like. You put it outside of them. All the time your DNA holds all of the ancestors. But you are taught to put what they like outside. And then tell you that it's bad for you. But even if you were truly to understand what was being said, it was being said that just as the courage, the direction, and the enzymes that the baby gets from his mother's breast is transferred to that child, it kept the lineage. It kept the wants. It kept the love. It kept the dedication. It kept the magic. It kept the power. It kept the insight. It kept the wants. It kept the needs. It kept the urges. So when you take Ogun or whatever, or one of these spiritual ancestors that likes cookies, even in the Matrix, the Oracle said, I love cookies. No, she said, I love candies. But she would be baking cookies. Nevertheless, you take this metaphysical allegory, and I don't know why my voice is getting so deep. I do on another realm, but it hasn't translated right just at this sec. Nevertheless, you place all this outside, and say you worshiping the ancestors when you know that's an illusion. So you're responding to the illusion, thinking you're in conclusion or collusion with the truth. How dumb is that? Now, am I saying anything wrong? I'm just saying, how dumb is that? How dumb is that? See, the only reason why you think you're not doing anything wrong or left, right and left, if you think it is correct, because you're still thinking inside the box. You're still thinking bias. You're still biased because you have chosen to become something. True wisdom and true knowledge will not come from anything or it will not come to anybody's eyes or anybody's ears who is biased about the information that they are receiving. The transmission is disrupted. You have altered. Look, be water, my friend. What does water do? See, a lot of people go along with this light shit. You know what I mean? Light beings, light bodies. Okay, we've heard about that. Right. But your body is 90 or 80 or 70% water. Right? It's transmutable. Alright? Now, when the light hits water, what does it do? What does it do? The water refracts it, right? Let me look at this. Let's look up the word refract. Because, see, the light shows up stuff, but it don't show up everything. It don't show up everything. It can only show up what it shows up. And that's it. Alright. So when light hits the water, which your body is much of water, it says refract. It says change course of light. It says passing from one medium to another. That's what the water does to light. When light hits the water, when light hits this, it changes course of the light. It changes the course. Of course they have to change the course, because if you stood in radiation or something too long, if it didn't change the course of it, yeah, it's probably be full of it by now. Full of whatever the hell that was, or whatever it is, or whatever. You understand? So our bodies is reflecting light, refracting light, water. Now, I'm not sure if I think I missed a couple things. Let me go back real quick. When we hold that water up like this, it's the power from the energy, the sonic boom, okay, of the heart, your feelings. It's not what you're thinking about. It's not what you know. It's not all the books you read that's going to get you through here. Because you can say, but God dang it, I'll bet my life. I'll bet my pinky toe. I'll bet this on that. I'm willing to, what's in there like that? But see, you ain't feeling it here. And it's always going to be here. It's going to doubt your ass. Because you ain't lined up your planets. Your planets ain't lined up because, first of all, you jumped out on a limb picking some shit that you know nothing about. You know nothing about. And the Bible says, do not follow those. Do not follow people who worships a God or anything you or your fathers knew nothing about. Okay? And if you're going back to command, they said study self. So if they telling you to worship any fucking thing, Issa, all right, which is the crown chakra, right? But they place it outside of you. They said, worship not anything your ancestors or your forefathers knew. We go back to Issa, we go back to Kemetin. It says study self. You are commanded to study something outside, whether it be Buddha, whether it be the Naga, whether it be Anunnaki, whether it be Jehovah, Yeshua, or whoever it is. You're still calling on somebody other than you. Don't you understand that? It's like a god with an idol. The temple is good enough. Abraham broke all the temple. Broke all the idols up. Broke all the idols up. He was called the friend of God. His family, his blood, his people, his group, his conscious group, his soul group were called idolaters because they had idols up. Wood carvings of Ogun, wood carvings of Shiva, wood carvings of this, wood carvings of that. And he was not the only one who broke up the idols. After him, who was it? Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He came along and did the same thing. Because in the Kaaba, the black stone, the Merkaba, in the soul, they have putting up, once again, idols in the Merkaba, in the black stone, Mecca, in here. Not out there. Not in the illusion. It is a projection from a place in you. The idols have been set up once again. Prophet Muhammad destroyed them. Now it is time to destroy them again. By destroying these, you can only study self. You have to become selfish. Check this out. Look, when I look up the word self, guess what? In order to study self, all right? In order to study self, you must know what that entails. Now, I'm just going to say I'm not going to give you the definitions because that'll make it too long. But I'm just going to say what it says, okay? Each word is what it is. It says, now this is the dictionary. Let me just show you real quick. You see that? No, you can't. Okay? Okay. When you study self, man, this is what it entails. It says self first, right? Self. And then I'm going to go to the big word. Selfish. Self-addressed. Alright? Self-assured. How you going to be self-assured hollering on Ogun? Self-centered. How you going to be centered at 0 point in yourself with your Tai Chi? Alright? Calling on anything or believing in any doctrine. Self-centered. You studying self. But you're centering on the Naga. Okay? Self-confident. How you going to be self-confident if you're centering on something else? It says self-contained. This is self-knowledge, brother. This is how you study self. If you're studying self, you got to take up on all these attributes. Remember Allah had 99 attributes. These are like the attributes of studying self. Self-contained. If you're going to be self-contained, then you got to contain all the energy in the circle. You got to contain it all. Of course you do. Right? That's why I'm telling you, I'm not against the Naga. I'm not against the Anunnaki. I'm not against the white man. I'm not against none of the just like Mr. Inky said, they poured out the selenium out of the ground. Well, if it was good for us, it couldn't have been good for them. It's a balance they were seeking. Nevertheless, you see, because I'm not going to stagnate my energy there. I'm not going to go to that paradigm. I'll go straight through it. I'm water. I goes around it. I cannot be hit. I just move out the way and consume what goes into the water. All right, I become whatever it takes when I'm poured into that mold. 70% of my water changes and comes into a form when I get around that damn type of energy that makes the water in my body form a structure. And then I can get whatever the fuck needs to be get with. But not until I'm placed in that structure. Alright? So I am water until I need to formulate through the power here, through the sonic booms of what I know I have power of. And not trying to become something and denying everything else. That's a no-no, because you can't transform like that. When you say you're a human, you will only be able to do what the fuck a human do. When you say you're a hybrid, you will only be able to do what a hybrid does. If you say you're a gorilla, if you say look, a rose is but a rose. Alright? A cat-like is but a cat-like. An asshole is but an asshole. You know, a conscious person is but a conscious person. We're going to keep going. Self-contained, okay? It says self-control, self-defense, self-employed. Yeah, self-employed. Get your own shit. Self-evident, self-indulgent, you know, self-interest. Be interested in what you're talking about, because you know you stand. Look, it's a Brother Justice says some people build their houses on sand, some people build it on a rock. All right. When the wind comes, the man who built on sand, his house is destroyed. The one who built on a rock, his house lasts the test of time. Right? Check. The damn rock, you already know is truth. And it's got to be built on the issue that has the ability to understand, to withstand all elements. And the only thing that can withstand all elements is the elements itself. Because it was built on the principles of agreement that it shall stand. And nothing else. It was built on an agreement that it shall be, with all elements attached, to take careful consideration of this Constitution. Nevertheless, we're going to keep going. It says self-satisfied. Are you satisfied with your goddamn self? Are you really? Who do you believe in? Self-conscious. Self-determination. Huh? Self-determination. The right to self-determination. God. God does not have to plan anything. Fear. Fear of what? Fear of some trails that's an illusion, trying to get you trying to confuse and get you to go into the box, trying to say you need to and change the frequency that's here, that's 100 times more powerful than what you thinking about, motherfucker. You thinking about some shit that yourself in another dimension wouldn't even give the power to control your ass. So it gave the power here and not here, because your ass would have been doomed to destruction a long time ago had this would have been the controller and the main factor of your fucking dumbass demise. Your dumbass, my dumbass, our dumbass demise. Alright? Thank yourself for that one. Yeah, for real, for real. Now we got more. Alright? It says self-made. 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 I gotta say this one. That one rapper said, I built it ground up. You bought it renovated. I laugh at that, you know. Because a lot of people buy shit renovated. You know, you bought Christianity renovated. You bought Islam renovated. You bought, I self-law master renovated. Arab renovated. No vacancy, nigga. You heard? And anyway, you bought shit renovated. Self-made. I built it ground up. You built it ground up, God. God. You going to start with you going to, what? Okay. And then he said, check it out, I'm going to go to the second verse. He said, plenty capers. No, plenty capers. But I'm going to say plenty papers. Because y'all signed a contract with them, plenty of papers.